Yes, believe it or not, you can learn oversplits in just one day. All these stretches are not super complicated, they're pretty easy to do, and they'll take you less than 10 minutes to complete. So let's start. Super wide leg straddles. Make sure you're pointing your feet and try to spread your legs out as wide as you possibly can, sort of in a Chinese split position if possible. To get it even further, place your hands about 6 to 12 inches in front of your thighs and then make small adjustments to try to scoot your thighs right next to your wrists. From the straddle position, now reach all the way over to one side like I am and try to grab your foot if you can, and place the side of your body straight onto your leg. Now you want to flex one foot in your straddle and lean over and try to yank it off the ground. If you can get your ankle and part of your calf off of the floor, that's perfect. Sit in pike position and reach for your toes. Try to pull them off of the ground. If you can get your ankles and your calves off of the floor, that is perfect. Point your toes in pike position and try to reach for them with your hands. If you can get your nose to touch your knee, that is perfect. Do front stretches in pike position, so kick your legs straight up towards your face like I am, not to the side but straight in front of you, and then pull your foot as close to your ear as possible. Now from bow and arrow position, try to wrap that outer arm around your leg and your back so you get into a pretzel, and then with your other arm, pull your foot as close to your other ear as possible. Do calf raises in pike position. If you can't go all the way down to the ground without bending your knees, that's fine. You can space your feet apart a little bit, but it's really important that you keep them locked out. Now do very deep lunges. You're going to want to take a big step forward with one foot and then just use your upper arm strength to push one knee all the way forward. So you kind of want to get one leg in a squat position while the other one is sort of in a split. From that super deep lunge, now place both of your elbows on the floor next to your knee and try to touch your shoulder to your knee. This will really help you deepen out your lunge even further. Now it's time to stretch your splits, but in 5 different positions. You'll see what I mean in a second. Now sit in your splits. You really want to focus on pushing your weight into your thighs and not your feet. This will naturally help you get a little lower to the ground. Even if you're already in your splits, this will emphasize the stretch even more. Now lean forward and try to grab your foot/ankle and then place your nose to your knee. Now we're going to do our needle stretch, so once again, lean backwards and try to grab your back leg if possible and really try to emphasize that arch in your back. If you can't, remember you can just lean backwards with your arms and go as far as you can. Now stay in your splits but turn to a 90-degree angle to the side. So if you're facing the side wall like I am, then turn your body to the front. Now on your splits, flex your front foot and then try to pull it off of the ground just like we did in our pike stretch. This will help you get used to pulling your legs higher off the ground without having to stretch too much. Pike split kicks. So put your feet in pike position, standing up, keep your legs locked out and straight, and then just kick one foot as high in the air as you possibly can. Remember to point your toes and keep your legs locked out. Suspended pike splits. So basically you want to hold that top position you got into from your pike split kicks, and you want to keep that leg as high as you possibly can.
Make sure both your legs are locked out and your feet are pointed.
Now I'll do upside down wall splits. So stay in that pike position and kick one foot up, either to the side or straight behind you, whatever is more comfortable. And then sort of just push all the way back into the wall. So you want to aim to get your top leg perfectly flat against the wall. Split push-ups. So grab the side of the wall or a bar if you have one, and then make sure your foot, the one that's on the floor, is a few feet away from it. And then use all of your upper body strength to push your thighs as close to the wall as you possibly can. So just think like do really good push-ups, proper form, but you're in a split. Elevated lunges. So put your foot up on a surface that's about 3 to 4 feet off the ground. Keep your back foot firmly planted on the floor, and then try to tap your shoulder to your knee just like we did before. And really push that thigh forward into the wall. Now we're going to revisit the splits, but this time you're going to put your front foot on an object that's about like 3 to 6 inches above the ground. So I just use my backpack because that's really soft and it doesn't have much in it. But this is elevating your leg, so essentially if you can do this, you kind of are in an oversplit. Now sit in your oversplit with your foot above the backpack and try to touch your nose to your knee. And again, we're going to do that needle stretch, so lean backwards as far as you possibly can. Really try to emphasize that arch and reach back as far as you can with your arms. Now we're going to sit in oversplits, but instead you're going to put your back foot on your backpack / little object. And try to touch your nose to your knee as you do your oversplits. Now with your back foot still on your backpack, try to rotate 90 degrees exactly to the side and keep your legs in line with each other. This will help you learn how to balance your oversplits as well as push them down further. Make sure your hands are really pressing against your thigh so that way you can deepen out your stretch. So pretty much if you could do all those exercises with the backpack earlier, you pretty much can do oversplits. So now what you want to do is just keep adding on about 6 to 12 inches at a time, probably more like 6, so that way you can gradually build up distance. And then just run through all 5 of those different positions over and over again until you can get your splits as deep as you want them. And there you have it. That's your oversplits. Wasn't so bad, was it? If you ever have any questions or need any advice or anything like that, just tweet me at EricaLynchHere on Twitter. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to this channel and all that good stuff. Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye!